Dave, first, just Bobby's going to have a second start, and his last one was quite impressive. What are you hoping to see from him today against the Nationals?
I think more of the same. Obviously, it's a lot of velocity. There's some intensity there. I thought he did a much better job of sequencing in the last few innings there. So, haven't seen a lot of these guys. It's a young ball club. Obviously, we know Caburn and some other guys over there, but it's an aggressive team. So I think it's going to be a good test for Bobby to make his Dodger Stadium debut.
With finally being back home after a long road trip, that means a couple of guys who've been rehabbing are here at the stadium. With guys like Daniel Hudson or even Michael Grove through bullpen, what's kind of the plan for when it's going to the two of them specific?
Well, Huddy, it was just more of just getting him here back at Dodger Stadium so we could put eyes on him, getting him reconnected with his teammates. So that's a good thing to get Huddy here. With Michael's he's tracking. He's in a good spot. I think having him here, he's still on rehab, so it's a little cloudy what we're going to do with Michael as he's here. So I think he's going to throw a bullpen, and then depending on how these next few days go, we'll make a decision on him, whatever that means.
Muncy told me that the MRI's been put on hold, and he's pretty confident it's just a cramp. How do you and the team view it?
We feel good about it. I think it is just a cramp. I think that I guess that the doctors looked at it and felt that there's no need to get a scan, which is a good thing. I talked to Max a little bit today. He said there's some soreness, but I think that was related to kind of the needling of his hamstring and kind of working on it, as opposed to kind of the cramp itself. So I don't know if he's going to be available today off the bench, so our hope is that he'll be in there tomorrow.
Skipper, after being gone for a period of time, what's the biggest thing you have to overcome coming back?
I think probably the biggest thing is just getting some good quality starts under our belt. I think if you look at this road trip, our guys haven't been able to go deep, and the offense has done a really nice job of keeping us in ball games. I think, expecting Bobby to come in tonight and set the tone and pitch well, that's kind of what we're hoping for.
You've always done a good job of keeping your team in the moment. How difficult will it be knowing that the Yankees are coming to town?
I don't think with this group. I think we know it's on the calendar. It's obviously a big draw. It's a two-storied franchise. It's going to be a great weekend. Right now, we just lost a series. We're back home. We're excited, and this young national team can surprise and bite you. So we'll be ready for tonight. And once the Yankees get here, we'll invest all of our time and energy into those guys.
Do you want to put off the decision with the rotation with Stone and Grove in order to sort of keep Gavin available maybe for Wednesday if you need him?
We're just kind of. I think that right now with all of our guys, with Bobby, with Tony, with all these guys, from Clayton to Gavin, just kind of trying to give ourselves a little bit more time as we kind of try to figure out what's best. So right now, I don't think any of us knows exactly what we're going to do with the off day. We have an opportunity to kind of push guys back, keep a certain guy on regular rest, or we can push him back. So right now we have got a little bit of latitude, flexibility.
Freddie doesn't seem to be a guy who tweaks his swing a lot. When he's in these hot streaks like he is now, what is sort of going on that elevates his game?
What's interesting with Freddie is that he's just as consistent of a player on both sides of the ball, every facet that I've ever seen. And to be quite honest, I can't tell he's on a hot streak. I just feel like, and when he's kind of struggling or not getting hits, it's the same to me. I still think the at-bat quality, the quality of contact is pretty similar. I guess right now you're saying he's on a hot streak, so I guess he's on a hot streak, but he just seems like he's Freddie. So for me, I think that's a really good tell.
What is it, do you think, that lends to that consistency?
I think it's just he's very stubborn in the process. And I think that we can all sit here and players can say that, but when you get in that moment, there's anxiety, there's panic, there's a results sort of effect on your mind, where Freddie he never deviates. It's remarkable. It's fascinating.
Is it like consistency, and that's what goes through your whole club right now?
Yeah, and I think that that's the bar, the hope. It's nice when one of your best players lives in on the day-to-day. So when you look at James Outman, who's going through some struggles, he can look to Freddie and go and trust that process and keep doing thing and know and expect that the results will be there. So, yeah, I mean, he's a big part of, I can speak to consistency or living in the moment because he does it on the day-to-day.
Have you noticed anything different with JD? He's one of those prototypical streaky type of guys. As far as his preparation, his approach, his demeanor, now that you've been around him and seen kind of the valley and now the peak, what's the difference between him?
So with JD, I can speak that I can see that he's on a hot streak. And I say that because when he's not going well, there's a lot of chase, there's swing and miss, and as he's going well the last 10 days, he's checking off a lot of breaking balls down below, and it seems like he's on everything, and everything he hits is really hard. So, yeah, we're on a good streak right now, and he's carried us.
When you talk about being on a good streak, it's almost like you can hardly wait to get to the ballpark to get to the next game.
Absolutely, and I think it's, whether you're Freddie, JT, JD, CT, it doesn't matter. James, and having this infusion of young players, Vargy, these guys, I'm feeding off these guys because they're all excited to come here. And yeah, I just, it was a late trip, long road trip, but I can't wait to get going tonight.
I'm sure you don't have a lot of time to keep up with the NBA, but you happen to notice what's going on in Boston?
Yeah, I do. I don't think that he'd have a chance tonight. I've lived it in Boston, and when you're down 3-0, you got to play the game, but the momentum is completely shifted, and all the pressure is on the Heat right now. So it's going to be fun, but I have kind of been into it a little bit.
Some of your old teammates texting you about it all? Or?
No. I think that there's. I think they're mindful that I'm in a season myself, but we're all watching it.
Dave, anything special about playing on Memorial Day?
Yeah, I have thoughts of my father. I was in there with our men in service women earlier, and I broke down, which is certainly uncharacteristic. But you were talking about Memorial Day service and the freedoms that we have and why. So yeah, my father was a big part of that. Served our country for 30 years, so it's important to me. It's important.
Was it when you were speaking specifically about your dad?
Yeah, that's what got me.
What was he in again?
The Marine Corps.
Do you do that every year, or is this just a special thing this year? Meeting with them?
That was just special. Kristen, who is a part of our PR department, she facilitated that, and she's a rock star, so she kind of put that together, and I'm very fortunate.
So Max looking more like a 1 or 2 day thing as opposed to a 4 or 5?
I think it's going to be a 1 day thing. Yeah. All right, guys, thank you.